या गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स। आप सबका स्वागत है मेरे इस चैनल पे। आई होप यू ऑल आर फाइन। और आज 31 दिसंबर है और साल का अंतिम दिन है। तो आई होप कि आपने इस साल में बहुत अच्छा एंजॉय किया होगा, काफ़ी नई चीज़ें सीखी होंगी और नेक्स्ट ईयर आपका बेहतर होना चाहिए। सो ट्राई टू फोकस और योर इन्हांसिंग स्किल्स। सो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे 31 दिसंबर का आर्टिकल। और ये आर्टिकल काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट होने वाला है। एक्चुअली दिस आर्टिकल इज टोटली अबाउट इंडिया इन 2022, मतलब भारत 2022 में क्या किया, उसका क्या एजेंडा था, फोकस था, कैसे दुनिया में अपने आप को रिप्रेजेंट किया और इस चीज़ से कैसे वो ग्लोबल सुपर पावर बन सकता है। और इस सेंट्रलाइज्ड इस वर्ल्ड में वो भारत क्यों अभी सेंटर बना हुआ है, केंद्र बिंदु बना हुआ है। तो इन सारे चीज़ों पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे एंड आवर सेशन गोइंग टू बी हेल्ड इन इंग्लिश। सो उसके पहले आज का हम वर्ड ऑफ द डे डिस्कस करेंगे एंड टुडेज वर्ड ऑफ द डे इज मल्टीलेटरल। व्हाट इज मल्टीलेटरल? मल्टीलेटरल का मतलब होता है कि एक ऐसा जगह जहाँ पे काफ़ी देर इज अ फोरम लाइक समिट, मतलब कई लोगों का एक समूह जिसमें किसी बात को लेकर हम डिस्कशन करते हैं, जैसे कि यूनाइटेड नेशन एक मल्टीलेटरल फोरम है। सो लेट वी स्टार्ट आवर सेशन। सो दिस इज अबाउट द इंडियाज इन 2022 and what should India focus on our upcoming year. So, starting this article discussion, let me discuss who wrote this article. This article is written by prominent member like Sanjay Bhardwaj sir, who is an international school of study in JNU University. Shashi Tharoor sir, MP of Parliament, member of Parliament, and a distinguished fellow, as we know. And most important, Harsh Pant sir, who is my favorite foreign policy expert. So let we discuss and hope you all guys enjoy this session and it will helpful in your GS paper to international relation and many other aspects. So India participate in multilateral forum in 2022 like G20, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, ASEAN Summit, and many others, even Quad Meet. And they represent well, like they represent a center focus all throughout the year. And from a starting of the year when Ukraine invasion started by Russia, uh, India is in dilemma. What is his priority? Which end should India go? It is US, it means west side, or it is Russia side. But day become going, India selfly reliant on their independent foreign policy, autonomy, strategic autonomy, and its uh, uh, multilateral foreign policy where they can focusing on their priority, their national security, and according to that they decide comprehensively. Okay, so these are the fact India doing in 2022, and it's all showing the how India changing in last some year, and how it will become a center point of the world in next forthcoming years. Because today's in today's bipolar world, there is no a central leader in the world. World is lacking of leadership, and India can play a leadership role here. Okay, like as India get G20 presidency for 2023, and it is a very big opportunity for India to showcase their authority, how India can manage the world problem situations well, with their definite goal. So these are the things we can discuss further in this session, but our focusing more on the India foreign policy, okay, and G20 and what is the problem lies hard against the toward the ahead the world. Okay, so first let we discuss from our autonomy. Okay, so India have a 3 to 4 problem in next year. First problem is China. China, as we seen in next in previous some year, going to be belligerent in our border area in Indian Ocean region, and this all have a complex issue for India to how to countering this and protect their self in national interest, national security. So for this, India can try their best with multilateral focusing, and try to voicing their agenda on the multilateral institution like United Nations, other multilateral groups like Quad, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, ASEAN Summit, like that. And another problem is food security. This is not only for India. This problem arises after Ukraine invasion, and it's a big problem, big blunder problem for the world, because many European countries, many African and sub-Saharan countries are uh, mm, devastated with the food security, because mm, there is a supply chain resilient problem after the war started, and pandemic alone create a lot of problem. And after pandemic, the war added a lot of problem into global supply chain problem, and this will create a uh, hampering our supply chain, and tax duty imposes by the World Trade Center and different countries after climate change scenario, because many countries faces heat wave and other rainfall activity, winterfall, and these all makes the situation worse. So food security is the second biggest global agenda and India's problem also. Okay. Uh, Third problem, energy security. Energy security, why? Because as we see, when war started, India is in dilemma that what should be our focus. India abstains regularly on multilateral forum to vote against Russia, and this abstain from the voting. Why? Because India want to keep relationship with Russia better, and at the same time, US, it means West with West, because India priority of food energy security comes with Russia more. Why? Because United Nations apply many sanctions on Middle East countries like Iraq, Iran, Syria, and Venezuela for oil, and this will made a crisis for many countries who want to purchase oil. And so for sake of that, if we want to rely on any other country, there is only option is Russia. So we can purchase now uh, oil on delimited price. What, for how long it will be? Another, this is the India's problem, and what India can do for the energy security. For that, if we want to scale our energy security and want to import our energy to other developing world, we have to focusing on two area. First, southeast Asian Southeast Asian countries like Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, like that. And there is Central Asian country like Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Georgia, uh, Mongolia. These are the country where India can enhance their prospects in energy security. And when this will happen, if we can balance approach, we can maintain a balanced approach with China, because both area are dominantly also dominant by China in Indian Ocean region through their multiple rhetoric agenda. Like yesterday we discussed about the Maldive conflict, what happening in Central Asia through like a Belt Road Initiative. Yeah, so these are the facts. Okay, so India energy security is also a problem. And Taliban problem is also a big problem for terrorism. Finance provided to terrorism, and inflation again a important problem for that RBI regularly increase their repo rate so that inflation going to be down. But what about the unemployment and growth? World Bank said India's GDP growth is 7.5% for 2023. But what if this type of repo rate going to be increased in the regular basis? So unemployment problem going to be rise in India, and this will be the prospect of the whole world. So these are the things, and to counter this, we have a certain opportunity also. Opportunity like in the global recession, India have a hope to little going to be upbeat. Okay, countering China with our border infrastructure and also infrastructure in the Indian Ocean region. So this will really countering China through their bad temperament toward the India and other friendly neighboring ally. And another thing is G20 presidency. It will really encourage India. Okay, G20, because in developing and developed world, India sustain, and they showcase that India is even a poor country, but they showcase that India can achieve more because there is a digitalization world in India. We have a financial inclusion, and we showcase that India can achieve many things within developing country or poor country. So the developing country definition changes by India in recent year, and for that G20 is a very important showcasing India diplomacy in forthcoming years. So these are the facts we are concluded with here, and but I want to focusing the India. For India, both are important. Best and Russia. It means socialist or communist world. Why? Because eh, Russia is important for our defense equipment. He is our trusted friends for deterrence of Pakistan and China, no China and Russia maybe play a good role to make meditation when India and China conflict occur. And why United States or West is important for us? Because China threat, but China going to be conflict with us, they can help in like many equipment, finance support, and to maintain global supply chain. Waste is important, and western political balance is important for us to make a independent foreign policy and other national interest for India. So in conclusion of today, India focusing on multipolar world, not on bipolar world, and it is our fact. The Basudev Kutumbakam means whole world is our family. And PM remark on SCO summit that it is not a time for war. It is time for, and in G20 India say one world, one future and one prospect. मतलब पूरा दुनिया एक है यार, हमें अभी लड़ना नहीं है. So we have to focus symmetrically work to get rid of these many difficulties like climate change, terrorism, food security, energy security, and export import. So these are the important story of the day. So thank you to joining to me, and I hope your next year going to be a very good, and you will enhancing your ability skills and going to through your whatever you want. So thank you to joining me. Jai Hind. Goodbye.